And welcome to Legal Matters. I'm your host, Alan Jones, tonight, and with me is Attorney Michael Crosby with the Crosby Law Firm. Legal Matters is an informational and news call-in show devoted to legal topics of interest to Stateline viewers. We have attorneys standing by right now to take your telephone call at the number on your screen. That's 815-397-2006. We'll be able to provide you with free information on your legal issue, so call now and do so throughout the next hour. Now, our opening statement tonight, we're going to take some time to discuss divorce and related issues under Illinois law, child custody, visitation and support issues, the division of property, assets and debts, maintenance, alimony, and much more. And then coming up in our second segment, we'll continue our popular You Want to Know question and answer series devoted to questions posed by you, the viewer, by way of telephone calls, emails, texts, and tweets that we've received. But before we get started, let's take some time and remind you of the concentration areas from the Crosby Law Firm. The Crosby Law Firm has a Center for Divorce and Family Law, an Auto Accident, Injury, and Social Security Disability Department, a Bankruptcy Institute, an Office for DUI, Traffic and Criminal Defense, Advanced Care Plan and Probate Center, a Division for Real Estate and Business Matters, and a Department for Immigration and Naturalization Services. So, of course, feel free to call and discuss any of these practice areas with the attorney standing by. That number on your screen again, 815-397-2006. So, Michael, welcome to the show, and thanks for being with us again tonight.
Alan, spring is on its way. Daylight savings time is this month. Spring is this month. Palm Sunday. So hopefully we're going to see some of that snow melting and the birds chirping and so forth. So
it's sounding better all the time.
Welcome to spring, right?
I'll tell you that right now. Very nice. Well, we talked about divorce in the beginning, divorce and family law issues, and of course that's a sensitive matter. You know, when you're getting down to personal dynamics of families. Crosby Law Firm has a family center and a child custody center. Discuss that a little bit.
Sure. A significant portion of our practice is devoted to divorce and family law matters. It's an incredibly sensitive area. We try to navigate these issues in a diplomatic, low-key way, if at all possible. If folks are open to marriage counseling through the intervention of a minister or a secular or Christian-based counselor, we'll always try to recommend that. If that's not going to work and there's truly a breakdown in the marital relationship, our office does a lot of divorce work. We try to navigate it in a diplomatic way. We provide free consultations. Most of the time, we're going to provide a flat fee, so people are in a position to easily budget for what the costs are going to be, very sensitive to that. And on occasion, we'll provide folks with payment plans as well. So if anyone's struggling with those issues out there and they need our assistance, we'll be happy to help you. Please feel free to give us a call.
It's a complicated thing. You can't just deal with it in a matter of a few days or so. So how long is the typical divorce case? How's the timeline there?
I'm not sure there's anything that I would call a typical divorce case, particularly if there's children involved, property involved. So many times emotional issues are involved. So I'm not certain there's anything called a simple divorce or an uncontested divorce. That said, we certainly do not want to make mountains out of molehills. We certainly don't want to introduce into the whole issue issues that can create unnecessary fights, unnecessary arguments. But you're looking typically at children issues, custody, visitation, child support. You're also looking at property settlement issues, how to effectively and equitably divide up assets and debts. On occasion, there may be alimony, also known as maintenance issues as well. So these are the issues that comprise most divorce cases. Obviously, if you don't have any children, or if your children are adults, the children issues are not going to be at the forefront, but property issues will be.
You mentioned child custody. How is that decided? What's the determining factor when it comes to deciding who gets custody of a child?
Well, what you try to do in our system, there's a presumption that both moms and dads are an integral part of that family unit and can love on their children in an unconditional way. So we try to foster joint custody between both parents. If that's not available, if there's some serious breakdown as to who's going to have custody of the children, then very often the court will suggest mediation. And if mediation fails, there actually may be the intervention of another lawyer to represent the interests of the children. And that lawyer is commonly referred to as a guardian ad litem. These are incredibly sensitive issues, and so I would encourage folks that are confronted with a divorce who may have children out there to please give us a call. And of course, if there's grandparents out there who are also concerned about their grandchildren, please let us know. We'll be happy to help.
We have just a little bit of time left. You're talking about property issues and dividing that and figuring all that out. Take a few moments and expand on how that is divided. Is it a simple, this is yours and this is mine, or is there a lot more to it than that?
No, more to it than that. Typically, we're looking to define marital property, which is typically assets or debts that have been acquired by the marriage since the husband and the wife became married. So you identify or inventory the assets and the debts of the marriage, and then go about negotiating what we hope is a fair and equitable division of the property. There are occasions when we can't arrive at a negotiated settlement for the property issues, and then we have to turn to the court and ask the judge to intervene and assist with those matters. Okay,
so bottom line, it's a complicated thing, but it can be taken care of easily.
Professionally,
professionally with the right guidance.
I know it may sound self-serving. I can't stress enough to our viewers out there the need to contact an attorney if you're confronted with a divorce issue. To engage an amateur hour, to go this alone, is a horrendous mistake. Very serious issues, complicated issues, need the assistance of a professional, of an attorney.
All right. Thank you, Michael. And if you have any questions about divorce or any other legal matter, be sure and call the number on your screen. That's 815-397-2006. Stay tuned for the Rapid Fire You Want to Know segment, our question and answer segment, coming up right after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Now, in response to the enormous support, thousands of phone calls, and positive feedback from you, the viewer, in connection with legal matters, we're continuing our rapid-fire question and answer segment called You Want to Know. Now, in an effort to protect viewer confidentiality, please understand we're only using first names. We may alter the location of the viewer and the nature of the question somewhat. So here we go. Michael, the first question comes from Marnie in Rockford. How can I figure out who is the best lawyer in town for my issue and my budget? She says sometimes I feel like I'm better off just calling the first attorney I turn to in the phone book.
Well, Marnie out there in good old Rockford, Illinois, if you're looking for the lawyer that's first in the phone book, more than likely it'll be our law firm. We've advertised in the phone book since 1981. Most of our work comes from referrals and client referrals and word of mouth, repeat clients. But a significant part of our practice does come from the Yellow Pages and the Legal Matters show as well. We're locally owned and operated, local roots, lasting strength. I would encourage all of the viewers out there to do their level best to hire a good, competent lawyer, preferably one born and bred here in the Rockford area who will be particularly sensitive to your issues. In our office, we provide a free consultation, Alan, as you know, and we also provide flat fees for most of the work that we do, unless it's an auto accident, and that, of course, is on a contingency fee basis. And we may also provide payment plans as well. So be happy to talk with you, Marnie, on whatever your issue might be. Don't be discouraged. I understand that legal issues are important. Please give us a call.
Okay. And question number 2 from Jean in Rockford. We have a small business serving northern Illinois, currently enjoying significant growth. That's good news. So we're thinking of incorporating. Does your law firm incorporate businesses, and what are some of the benefits of incorporation?
Jean, I'm happy to hear that your business is in a growth mode. That's a good thing, particularly here in Rockford, Illinois. We do, Alan, a significant amount of new incorporation work, small business work, and I'd encourage Jean to give us a call. I'll be happy to sit down with her, review the various types of incorporations, a Chapter C corporation, a Sub S corporation, an LLC, perhaps some benefits of partnerships, but LLCs and Sub S are most of the work that we do. This is an opportunity. When I heard this question was coming in, I wanted to deflect here for a moment and talk about some not-for-profit corporations that we represent. Our way of giving back to the community, part of the Crosby Law Firm initiative. We represent a not-for-profit here in town called Paws Humane Society. The Crosby household, we have 2 dogs in our house. We have a Shiloh Shepherd, and we have a Golden Retriever, and we've got just dogs in our house. Our kids love the dogs. Everyone in our house loves the dogs. And this is a very, very good organization that finds homes for stray dogs, stray cats. We've worked with them for some time now. I'd encourage anybody that has any questions about pets, dogs, cats, so forth, go to the website for the Paws Humane Society. They have a mobile facility next to the Petco store on East State Street, just east of Mulford on the south side of the street. You're welcome there as well. There's another not-for-profit organization that we represent as well here in town, and it's called the Lennox Barnett Ministries. Lennox has a story to tell that's second to none. He was orphaned in Jamaica, was temporarily blind, found his way to Rockford, Illinois. He's on staff at Rockford Christian School. He was on staff at Heartland Community Church, a church of about 6,000 in our community. Lennox has launched his own ministry, and our law firm is assisting him with that endeavor. I would encourage people to go to his website to check out the Lennox Barnett Ministry. I know that later this month, in the month of March, there's going to be a citywide worship service that he'll be leading at the Nordloff Center, formerly the New American Theater, later this month. So I'd encourage people to be aware of that, look for it in the newspaper, go to his website, find out more about it. A wonderful ministry, national ministry. He's going nationwide with his calling, and we wish him the very best of luck, and our law firm has helped him launch that. So that's those are a couple of things we do with businesses, corporations, not-for-profits that I thought the viewers would be interested in knowing about.
Well, that's interesting information. The depth of commitment the Crosby Law Firm has to the community reflected in your activities with those two nonprofits right there.
Absolutely appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Very nice. All right, Michael, thank you. And don't forget, lawyers are standing by right now at 815-397-2006 for another half hour after the show airs. That's all the time we have for you right now with the Crosby Law Firm. Legal Matters continues with Mark Brennison coming up after the break.